people in the exact same room, same temperature, same meeting. One looks completely normal. The other has sweat running down their face.
Some people sweat during interviews, some during first dates, some while eating lunch, and some people barely sweat at all.
Which raises a surprisingly strange question. Why are human sweat systems so different from person to person?
The answer involves evolution, genetics, anxiety, and one of the weirdest cooling systems in the animal kingdom. Most people think sweat is just water leaking out, but it's actually a survival system controlled by your brain.
Deep inside your brain, the hypothalamus acts like a thermostat. The second your temperature rises, millions of sweat glands activate.
Humans have roughly 2 to 4 million sweat glands that pull water and salts from your bloodstream onto your skin.
And when that sweat evaporates, it literally steals heat away from your body.
Sweat may feel annoying, but without it, humans overheat dangerously fast.
Humans are actually among the best endurance sweating species on Earth.
Thousands of years ago, humans hunted differently. Instead of sprinting fast, humans slowly chased animals for hours in extreme heat.
Because many animals overheat much faster than humans do, dogs cool themselves by panting. Humans turn their entire skin into a cooling system.
Your sweaty forehead in traffic is connected to ancient survival biology. Your body evolved for African heat, not for looking fresh during presentations.
Okay, but how much sweat is actually normal?
Many people lose half a liter to 1 liter every single day without noticing.
That already sounds like a lot.
During exercise or extreme heat, people can sweat 1 to 3 liters per hour. Elite athletes can sometimes lose over 4 liters in a single hour.
Imagine 4 giant water bottles slowly pouring out through your skin. Not all sweat is the same. Your body has different sweat systems.
Eccrine glands all over your body produce watery sweat for cooling. Then there are apocrine glands, mostly around underarms and groin.
Their sweat is thicker and contains proteins and fats. That's where body odor comes from.
Not directly. Fresh sweat is surprisingly neutral. The smell appears when skin bacteria start breaking down sweat chemicals.
A lot of people say, "I sweat exactly like my dad or mom."
And that's probably completely true. Genetics plays a huge role. Your DNA influences how sensitive your sweat response is, how quickly it activates, which body regions sweat most, and even sweat gland density.
Scientists discovered genes like ABCC11 that affect body odor chemistry. Some people are genetically much less likely to produce strong underarm odor,
especially in certain East Asian populations, where specific variants are more common.
So some people are literally born with a more aggressive cooling system and different odor chemistry.
Some families pass down eye color. Others pass down sweaty foreheads.
Here's something weird. A lot of people say they started sweating more after getting fitter.
That's actually normal. Trained bodies become more efficient at cooling. Athletes start sweating earlier, before overheating even happens.
So sweating more can sometimes mean your cooling system is working better.
Some people fight heat with a bucket. Others fight it with a fire sprinkler system.
But heat is only half the story. For many people, sweating is emotional. Sweaty palms before exams, forehead sweating before presentations, hands getting wet during handshakes.
Sweating is deeply connected to your nervous system. Your brain activates stress pathways like it's preparing for danger.
Your ancient survival brain doesn't understand the difference between public speaking and actual danger.
And then the worst loop starts. You notice the sweating, get embarrassed, panic slightly, and start sweating even more.
Sometimes people aren't sweating because they're nervous. They're nervous because they know they're about to sweat.
Some people avoid gray shirts, avoid raising their arms, avoid handshakes, avoid cameras.
For them, sweating stops being a temperature problem and becomes a confidence problem.
Ever noticed how sweating is weirdly selective?
Some people mainly sweat through their palms, others through their scalp or face. Different body regions respond differently to stress and heat.
Palms and soles are strongly connected to emotional sweating pathways. Scientists think sweaty palms may have helped humans grip objects better during stress.
So, anxiety sweat is ancient survival grip technology.
Facial sweating is extremely noticeable because the face contains dense blood vessel networks.
When does sweating become a medical condition?
There's a condition called hyperhidrosis, excessive sweating beyond what the body physically needs. It affects roughly 2 to 5% of people. Primary hyperhidrosis usually starts during childhood and is linked to genetics. It commonly affects palms, feet, underarms, face, or scalp.
Which explains why some people remember having sweaty hands literally since elementary school.
Secondary hyperhidrosis is different. Other conditions trigger it, like thyroid issues, diabetes, menopause, anxiety disorders, or certain medications.
So sometimes sweating is a symptom, not the main problem itself. But then there's the complete opposite. People who barely sweat at all.
And that can actually be much more dangerous. Conditions like anhidrosis reduce the body's ability to cool itself.
Meaning heat gets trapped inside the body.
Those people can overheat extremely quickly and face much higher risks of heat exhaustion or heat stroke.
So, not sweating enough is definitely not a superpower. Most people use deodorant and antiperspirant, but don't know the difference.
Deodorant mainly targets odor-causing bacteria. Antiperspirants use aluminum salt to temporarily block sweat ducts.
So, deodorant changes the smell, but antiperspirant changes the plumbing.
Breathable clothing, hydration, reducing caffeine, and clinical strength antiperspirants help many people.
More severe cases may involve medications, iontophoresis, Botox injections, or even surgery. Humans judge sweating emotionally, even though it's one of the most important survival systems we have.
Some people simply have more reactive nerves, more sensitive cooling systems, different genetics, different stress wiring.
They're silently fighting a thermostat set much more sensitive than everyone else's.
Your sweat isn't proof your body is failing. It's proof your body is desperately trying to protect you.
And once you understand the biology, sweating starts looking less embarrassing and much more human.
If this explains something you've always wondered about, subscribe to Why in our DNA.
And tell us the next why question you want science to answer.